Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a revisit to the one of the bikes that we have had. I had a GT Aggressor Pro bike check that is to date my most viewed video. The only video that I'm aware of that has a thumbs down. I'll have to go back and look, but I noticed it this morning when I was checking the view count on the video. I wanted to do this updated video on the GT, and I was looking at the view count, and it was 3.7 thousand views, and had a few thumbs up, like 8 or 10 or something like that, and I noticed there was a thumbs down. So I'm wondering why somebody would thumbs down the video. It was one of my earlier videos, so the quality and the nervousness from myself was probably pretty present in that video. But regardless, it's fine. I appreciate the honesty. So if you don't like my videos, feel free to thumbs it down, leave a comment, leave a nasty comment, and it's all good. So we're gonna take a look at the GT as an updated video. This is pretty much in the final state. I have one more thing that I want to do to it, but I'm holding off for now. So here is the GT in all of its budget glory. Right off the bat, you'll notice I have all the usual suspects here. I've got the IXF crankset, the YBEKI handlebars, the YBEKI stem, the Lu-2 forks. These are the first set of budget forks that I bought for any of the bikes. These are the ones that I've had the longest, and they seem to be holding up just fine. There's no cracks in the lowers. I had the buckless forks on the Axum. Ended up having to switch those out to these RockShox Judy because I was getting cracks here. So obviously they weren't holding up very well. And I'm not riding these bikes super hard, just at the local trails, and I'm not a heavy guy either, so I'm not sure what gives. I do know that there's been some horror stories about folks with these budget forks, and they're just completely shattering. So this bike doesn't get ridden a whole lot. This is a small frame, fits me really well since I'm like 5'6", 5'7"-ish. The drivetrain is a Shimano Deore. This is the one with the clutch. This is probably, in my opinion, one of the best group sets you can get for relatively cheap. It's sub $200. You can get it as a kit with chain, derailleur, front shifter, and 10-speed cassette, 11 to 46. Again, under $200. The front chainring is a 32 tooth oval. I'm not sure, this is just a cheap brand that I found on Amazon. It works good. The zoom brakes are holding up just fine. I've had to bleed these 0 times since I've had them. This was the original set that I bought, and these came proper. I didn't have to switch the hoses on this set, but the other 3 sets I think that I've bought, I've had to switch out the hoses because the rear was the front and the front was the rear. We've got TranzX externally routed dropper post, and it's on the other side. I'll turn it around, but I've got it routed underneath the top tube here. Goes up, comes out, and then we've got the lever here, and it's very responsive. I've had no issues with this. I believe the seat tube diameter for this bike is 27.2. I'll put a correction on the screen if I'm wrong. We've got the YBEKI bar and stem combo. This is a 45 millimeter stem. I like it because it's got this like spider graphic on it. We've got the wrist headset, as seen on a lot of folks GTs. Mine has the gap in the top cap. I'm not sure why, but that's as far as I can get it to close. We've got Race Face, Half Nelson lock-on grips here. These are my favorite grips. I've got them on all the bikes at this point. I've got the teal color here. We've got the red going on here in the Axum. And then I've got some gray ones on the Giant. So the most recent upgrade that I've done is a hub conversion. These are the JGbike hubs. These are $80 for a pair, the front and rear, and these are fully sealed front and rear bearings. And the thing that I like the most about it is the rear hub. We'll get a kind of a clip here. I'll do a drive-by sound test on these, so that way we can kind of hear it. Also, I'm struggling to hold the phone and they spin for days. The quality of these hubs for the price, I think you can't go wrong. I did lace these wheels myself. It's the original rims from the bike, and so I had to calculate and order new spokes. The existing spokes didn't work. I do need to tension these up maybe a little bit more. They're feeling a little bit loose, but there's a way to calculate your spoke length based off of your hub dimensions and all that stuff, and the actual rim dimensions. You need to figure out all that stuff, and you can do that relatively easy online. Just punch in your numbers. You will need a caliper to figure that stuff out. The other things that I want to do, just one left. I want to replace this budget fork with the RockShox Judy as well, because it's pretty budget friendly considering these Amazon forks from Bucklos and Lutu and all the off-brand forks. They're like 130, between 130, 140. And you can get the RockShox Judy Silver TK for about 170. And I think that it's a much higher quality piece versus everything else, and it's name brand. So, you know, if something goes wrong with it, or if it arrives in poor condition, or if it breaks in half, I'm pretty sure that the customer service at RockShox will be very much responsive and be able to, you know, make things right. So that's going to be the final piece to this, to call it fully complete. It's pretty complete as is, but I do want to get that final touch on there, and that'll probably be it. I'm going to do a quick drive-by so we can see what it all kind of looks and sounds like as it's going by. With that rear, can't get enough of that sound. But basically everything on the bike that's left from Dick's is the frame, obviously, the derailleur hanger is still from the factory, and the disc brake rotors are all that's left from stock. Everything else has been changed out and upgraded, and also this little GT spacer, because, you know, why not? So let's take it outside and see what she looks like in the sunlight.